sorry to have kept you waiting for 1 hour, 20 minutes. So, buenas tardes a todos. Are you ready? The recovery and rehabilitation of Zamboanga City is already beginning, and we have started with the baby steps, and in due time, with the help and support of God and the different national and local agencies, including our international partners, we will be on full swing, implementing our plan with the overriding goal of building better for our children. Better houses, better homes, and definitely a better and a brighter Zamboanga City. Several significant developments have taken place over the past days, and we find the following worth mentioning. Aside from the forces from the Zamboanga City Police Office and the Task Force Zamboanga, a quick reaction force under the Special Action Force is in place to carry out counter-terrorism measures. The Task Force Zamboanga and the PNP now assume law enforcement and security functions in the city. The CMC yesterday inspected Ground Zero to assess and evaluate the situation. A big part of the area, particularly Barangays Rio Hondo, Santa Barbara, Mariki, is totally damaged. Houses are burned if not riddled with bullets. Power and water and telephone and cable lines are destroyed. The extent of the damage requires initial services of our utilities, Samcelco, CCWD, and even our team from the City Engineer's Office, the General Services Office, and the DPWH. That is why today I had a meeting with the DPWH in preparation for the arrival of Secretary Simpson. They will also play a very big role in our debris management. This is the reason why the implementation of the phase scheme in different affected areas will have to be done by schedule in order to ensure order and, most importantly, safety of our constituents, as what was mentioned by Colonel Colina. Effective today, the 23rd of October, the Crisis Management Committee, through its technical working group, started implementation of the phase-in plan in Barangays, Santa Catalina, and Casanyangan. The phase-in is done block by block and based on schedules and guidelines set by the technical working group led by Mr. Olandayin, with the action officers Mr. Rodrigo Pagotay-Sidro and Edwin Bernardo, in coordination with the barangay officials. Our barangay officials still remain as the incident commander on the ground with the help of all the tarons and the different assistants in the barangays. For house owners whose houses, properties remain intact, they can secure and return to their residences upon coordination with the phase-in team, while non-owners are to return to the evacuation centers. The city government is to provide evacuees with comfortable temporary shelters before a permanent housing program under the rehab plan will be made available. The next schedule will be for Santa Barbara, Rio Hondo, and Mariki. We ask all our residents, please extend their patience as the necessary preparations are taking place given the magnitude of the damage in these barangays. And in response to complaints of alleged looting in some houses, the Western Mindanao Command, through General Ardo, in a letter informed us about the creation of the Board of Inquiry, composed of Command Inspector General, Judge, Advocate, and the ACUCs for Intelligence and U2 to investigate on the matter. May we request Sheila to give us a copy of the letter so I can show it. General Ardo has promised to furnish our office with a comprehensive report on the alleged looting incident and the alleged involvement of some military personnel upon completion of the investigation. And before in the process, when you see the villages occupied by soldiers, when they leave, they have what we call showdown inspection. The showdown inspection is for transparency. Soldiers and even the police will stand and show down whatever they have in order for the residents, the barangay officials, to really feel safe that nothing has been taken out of the houses and residents. Zamboanga City also would like to thank our soldiers and the police that have served us in the siege. And likewise, we welcome the proposed establishment of the Maritime Police Headquarters under the leadership of our former City Police Chief, now General Henry Losanyes in Zamboanga. The CMC this morning approved a resolution for this purpose. This is a welcome development, for we will be assured of additional forces and assets to guard our waters from intrusions and lawless elements. In view of the normalization of the situation in the city of Zamboanga, the temporary suspension, I'd like to have a copy also, of the issuance of the community tax certificates or cedula and the barangay certifications is lifted effective today, October 23. However, we ask the barangay officials to ensure that the person being issued these documents is properly identified as a legitimate resident of their respective barangays. So, este tiempo, puede otra vez man-issue con el cédula y también con el barangay certification. El apela lang kita con el mga oficiales de barangay, asigura vosotros, bago na de ustedes poder, que estos mga residentes certificado que verdadero residente de ustedes barangay. Starting today, October 23, regular masses will be held at the 4th Pilar Shrine in coordination with Father Butch Candido, and likewise, regular prayers at the Santa Barbara Mosque have already been held since last week. We are expecting more positive developments in our city these coming days, and in the past weeks that for the 2 times that I have been out of the city of Zamboanga, we were able to first raise a total of around 4.6 million pesos, 3 million from the Congress, 500 from Speaker Belmonte, and then 5,000 from a personal friend of Marco Lobregat, and 1 million from the city government of Muntinlupa. Last week, SM Development issued another check of 5 million to the city of Zamboanga. This is not to put mall in Mariki or Ondo, but they gave it to Bohol and I think Cebu. And tomorrow, I am tasked to meet the Senate President Rilon for another check to be issued by the Senate. Mr. Orendain has been the officer in charge in the past few days and has really dealt with the crisis very well. I would like to thank Vice Mayor Cesar Itural and all the members of the City Council because they showed their presence yesterday in support of our inspection. And we'd like to let our constituents know what the developments are. For the past few days, since Monday, we have been receiving again the international communities. The UNDP has helped us a lot in the developmental plan for recovery. Their heads of international communities are here. None of the funds from this government go directly into the city government. They go directly to the agencies concerned, the international communities. What goes to the city are personal donations from people. For example, aquel Chinatamen basketball game, si Senator Alan Peter Cayetano played there under our PBA player Noy Falcasantos and the Zamboangueños. The funds will be given to the city. So all of this is transparent, and you can look at it in the website as we have requested our city treasurer, Ma'am Sol, to put that money there. We will not use the money yet, even up to now, because we will need it in the long-term basis. We hope that a year from now, we will be able to look at permanent shelters already, but while we are in the process, we need to build confidence of the people. We need to win the trust of the people, that we do not want to harm anyone, but we want to make sure that everything will be set in order and organized, as we also have victims even from amongst us here in the table, victims of the crisis. So once again, I would like to wish the city all the very best. Vaya con Dios y muchas gracias.